What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we got our best beginner's guide for the brand new gotcha mobile game, EverSoul. Subscribe, thumbs up. This video is greatly appreciated. Got a few things I want to go over. First, coupon codes, everyone's favorite. We're gonna go to the navigation menu in the top right corner. We're gonna go to settings. Then we are going to go down to where it says account, to coupon codes, and it's gonna depend on what server you're playing on. For those fellow players on the NA, North America, and Euro servers, you're gonna go ahead and enter EverSoul out now, and this will get you 5 summoning tickets. If you are on an Asia server, then you are going to enter EverSoul for 5 of your gotcha tickets. Next thing I wanna go over is 2 big, huge mistakes that you can make. I already made one, so hopefully I can stop you from making the same mistake. And that is, when you first start off the game, this is typical with most mobile games, a lot of features are locked and you kind of have to progress through the main areas and in order to unlock additional content. Now, the thing that the game does is very early on, it actually unlocks the summoning system for you. And what a lot of people are going to do is, as soon as they have access to start doing gotcha summons, they come in here, they start throwing their tickets at it, throwing their Everstones, going in the shop, buying tickets, just going ham on this. The problem is that if you don't get far enough in the game, you actually miss out on a huge reward. So what you want to do is don't do your gotcha summons right away. Instead, progress further in the main story. The battlefront is what I should say. Once you complete a certain area on World 2, you will start to unlock all of your bonuses, like your launch celebration, your event calendar, attendance, like all this stuff will start to unlock once you get through chapter 2. More importantly, this is the one right here, this event, Bustling Life in Eden. If you do your gotcha summons before this thing pops up, that pretty much means whatever epics you got from summoning too early, they will not count towards this part of the event. I made a huge mistake. I did like 40 summons. I got a bunch of epics and they didn't count. I didn't play through chapter 2 far enough to unlock this event. So make sure you just don't make that mistake. I should be up to like 8 epic souls obtained, pretty much almost close to the first 10 threshold. Next thing I gotta go over is quick, our sponsor for this video, LD Player 9. That is how I am playing EverSoul on my computer. You can play it on your computer, your laptop, play Android games on your PC using the LD Player emulator. Smooth gameplay and stable connection with the lowest amount of RAM usage possible. Run multiple accounts at once for MMORPGs. Play 2 or 3 different mobile games at the same time. And multiplayer makes re-rolling and gotcha games an absolute breeze. Make sure you go ahead and you download LD Player using my affiliate link down below. All right, the next thing we got to talk about, and again, this has to do with summoning, special pickup banner, or what I would like to call it, a rate up banner for a specific character, actually doesn't have a pity system, and this is very important. The normal summoning area does. So you'll see every time you do 30 summons, you're guaranteed to get an epic. Whereas if you go ahead and start summoning and using all of your Everstones over here, you don't have that pity system for the 30 threshold to get a guaranteed epic. This is actually like a mileage, so this is very different. You'll notice you're going to have to do 40 summons before you even get some type of kickback, which is, for this instance, a 10 pickup summon ticket. And then from there, you have to do 80 summons on this banner before you get 60 fragments for this cover character. Basically a pity system of 80, and then so on and so forth. You get some more rewards, 200, you'll get another one. For new players, I don't think this is the best bet. This is, I would say, if you're a whale and you're gonna spend a couple $100 or $1,000, or you're just gonna go crazy, then I mean, yeah, then it's okay, it's worth it. But for most new players that aren't gonna be spending a lot of money, I think this is like a hard pass at the beginning. Just because when you first start out, you really wanna accumulate a nice, healthy team. That way you can actually progress further in the game. you don't want to go crazy on this banner spending all of your Everstones when you could be potentially spending your Everstones over here if you needed to, just to get some more epics, right? These are better chance to get guaranteed epics to really build out your team, which kind of goes hand in hand with the next step, is the fact that you want to be building out your team based on their types. So you have things like your undead, you have your human-like beast, fairy, angel, and demons. These ones right here, the first 4 main ones, you kind of want to build a team around that. So like having 5 characters on your team that are all from the same faction give you a huge bonus to your team stats. You don't really want to come in here and have like one of each, or have them all mixed up. That's why summoning a bunch of epics early on and just building out a nice team is very, very important. The next thing I gotta talk about is the angels and the demons. This is like the 2 very extremely rare factions in this game. This game is pretty much similar to a lot of AFK games out there, where you have your affinity wheel, and then the angels and the demons is basically like your light elementals, and then the demons would be like your dark elementals. So naturally the angels and the demons are extremely powerful, but they're insanely hard to pull. I mean, I wouldn't even try and focus on building out angels or demons unless you're a heavy spender. Because they're just ridiculously hard to get, and then trying to get dupes of them, forget about it. You're better off just focusing on the main 4 faction epics, building them out, and having a team of like undead, human, whatever. Next thing I want to go over is the reroll system. So when you first start off the game, it lets you do a free 10 roll over and over and over again, as many times as you want, until you get the desired character you want. Now, from what I've experienced, it only gives you a guaranteed 1 epic, no matter how many times you do it. As far as I know, you can't get more than 1 guaranteed epic on that first reroll of 10. The next thing I want to say is I also don't think you can get any angels or demons on that first initial 10 reroll. I was rerolling for like 15 minutes trying to see if it was possible. I didn't see any angel or demon factions pop up. Maybe I just had bad luck. The chance for pulling these is very, very low, so I don't know if it is possible. Who knows? But what I went ahead was I went with Urusha. However, I don't know how to say this name, but this is the character that I decided to go with. She is an undead, and mostly because of her CC. I absolutely love her crowd control abilities. So this is just a personal suggestion I have for this is the one that I took for my re-rolling. If this is one you want to do, go ahead. If you don't, there's other ones that are good as well. I don't know if this is necessarily the best one to re-roll for, but my personal style and the way I kind of like to play the games is I really favor characters that have heavy crowd control abilities. I love stun effects and stuff like that. She's also undead, which is another thing, is I'm going to be trying to build out a 5-person undead faction team. But take a quick look at her skills. The main ability does a bunch of damage. She's all about putting like shocks on enemies, and then her sub right here and stuns them for 2.5 seconds if the target is already shocked. Most of her skills put the shock effect on people, so you're pretty much always going to be triggering that 2.5 second stun, which I absolutely love. And then when it's leveled up, it goes all the way up to 4 seconds. Passive also lets her regenerate mana as well. And then her ultimate ability is really strong, does a bunch of AoE damage, 4 meters wide, 6 meters long, and 70% shock damage for 12 seconds. Do not overlook your town. The town is a crucial part of this game, and again, a lot of games have a similar feature where you kind of build out a town or a city or something, and there's a lot of really good buffs and passive income that can happen by building out your town. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go into your town shop. I bought all of the buildings that will yield you a part-time job. So I got the small cafe, the library. You want to have these pop up as much as possible, so that way you're just getting these coins. You want to get these town coins as fast as possible, so you got to have buildings that are going to give you part-time jobs. You'll see I got them all lined up over here in a nice even row, so it's just easy for me to navigate. But once you go ahead and you start getting a ton of these coins, Then you can start buying these bigger buildings that give you some really strong buffs to your team. For instance, this one, the Small Manor of Valor, you can place 3 of these and it's going to increase your character's attack. Then we have one over here. This is going to give us additional 1% mana dust as loot, but it's very, very expensive. So you have to invest early on the buildings that are going to continue to give you those part-time jobs. That way you can accumulate your town coins a lot faster. But that is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.